Cook, serve, delicious. What's happening, everybody? My name is Baer Taffy. Welcome to a brand new series here on the YouTube channel of a game I actually started off on stream a little while back. Meaning like probably yesterday, if this video is going up when I think it is. For Cook, serve, delicious, and I am addicted to this game. It is actually really good, a really fun time, and as you can see, I'm going to start off on a new third save slot in order to do a YouTube brand of this sort of thing. So let me introduce you to the lore here. Welcome to Sarasota Tower. This historical building was once home to the luxurious Cook Serve Delicious restaurant, but has since been in disrepair along with the rest of the tower. However, the recent economy boom has filled this tower to capacity, and the owners of the tower would like to reopen the Cook Serve Delicious restaurant and put you at the helm. You'll need to take this now 0-star cafe and turn it into a 5-star world-class restaurant, so first we'll learn the basics very quickly, but before we do that, we need to see how much you're willing to handle, so let's cook. We're going to start off on standard difficulty, and of course the aim here is to rise through the ranks, start off on a kind of a shitty little cafe, and turn that into a gourmet restaurant. So, I'm going to go ahead and go through the tutorial with you guys here. If you guys are completely unfamiliar with the game, we'll all learn it again together here and now. So, this is your main restaurant serving area. It doesn't look the best, but hey, you'll fix it up in no time. You can press the bottom right pause button, or hit escape to pause the game at any time during the day. To the left is your prep stations, right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll start with 4, but you earn more as your stars go up. You can take orders and serve food from here, so let's give it a try. This is a customer ticket. So we're going to press the number 1 on our keyboard to take the customer ticket. We now have the customer order in front of you. So we'll see all kinds of different foods as we go along the game here, but it's going to start off pretty simple. For example, with just the corn dogs, all we have to offer them is ketchup and mustard on a prepared corn dog, or pre-made corn dog. So give them the ketchup, press enter, and off they go. You got your perfect, you got your average, and you got your bad orders. The perfect orders are basically you didn't screw anything up. The average orders are you got it to them in time, but it wasn't exactly how they wanted it. And then the bad orders when you totally F shit up. So that's that. You can also use your mouse to complete orders, so I'm probably not going to be doing this pretty much ever, but this is an option. You can use your mouse to just click everything they want and go through it that way. So now let's try more complex food that requires you to cook before serving. You can use the mouse and or keyboard for the remaining foods. So, here's the burger, which is actually a really fun one that I think I might pick up for our early goings here. I'm going to cook one meat patty, throw it on the grill, and then we have to wait, as you see, we need to wait a few seconds for the meat to grill at the right temperature before serving. Once the order turns blue, it's ready to be prepped. If you select it too soon or too late, you'll have either raw or burned meat, so obviously you want to wait until it is perfectly ready to go. And you'll see here, I think it'll actually continue cooking if I don't click or press the number 1 on my keyboard. May not happen in the tutorial, but it happens pretty rapidly as we're playing the actual game, so that's something we got to keep in mind as we're going. So, this is the meat of it, if you will. The meat of the Cook Serve Delicious gameplay is when orders become a bit more complex. So, for example, this order wants meat, lettuce, bacon, cheese, and tomatoes. So we just push those buttons on our keyboard, and I can also just put more stuff on it, and that would result in a less than average rating, and that is what I just did there. So this customer, of course, is going to be leaving less than totally thrilled about their order. So that's the kind of thing you can do to screw stuff up. You can always set different keys for different ingredients as well in the key binding menu if you don't like the default controls, which I very well may do for a few things. And then here's this quick outline of what things look like when you're seeing them in the menu over here, the 1, 2, 3, 4 slots. You can get your raw food, which needs more time to cook, the fully prepped stuff, the servable stuff, which is ready to go as long as you hit that button before things burn. You're going to have a very happy customer if you take it out. And then you got your burn stuff, which means you're going to be, pissing people off. You can only prepare one order at a time, however, you can serve yellow cooked serve orders to customers immediately, even when preparing a different order. Simply press the number or click on the order to serve at any time. Customers won't wait around forever to have their food order taken. You'll notice that this food is slowly disappearing from the screen. If it goes away completely, like it just did right now, the customer will leave angrily and will cause bad buzz for your restaurant. So, as it says here, there are ways of extending that patience for customers, but that's something we're going to deal with later. There's also chores, and and that's the gist of it. Now we're going to get to the main menu screen here as well. This is your main managing menu. From here you can control your food menu, buy new items, and a whole lot more. You work from 9 to 10 because you're a slave at the restaurant. Then between each day, you'll come back to this menu to plan out your business, and you don't have a social life. Next page. First, we'll need to buy some food to put on your menu. Starting budget of $7,500 should allow us to pick a few pretty cool things. You can also pick up some equipment here, as you'll see a few foods require pieces of equipment to utilize, such as a stove, grill, or a deep fryer. The equipment menu will be expanded even more once you've completed your first day. On the left of any foods are a series of boosters and detractors. These are elements of food that can help or hurt your business by bringing in more customers during the day or run them off entirely. Your potential daily intake of customers is displayed as a percentage called buzz from 0 to 100. Now, I was confused about this when I first saw it. It's not actually things that you can add in or take out of the food, but it's really just stuff that is, by default, the kind of effects that it has on your buzz in general. So that's just the statistics we got to keep in mind as we're selecting and deselecting food options. Buzz is vital in keeping customers. The higher your buzz, the faster customers will come through the door the next day. Perfect orders gain buzz for the next work day. Average orders add no buzz, and bad orders subtract from your buzz. You can see all that in your daily buzz light to your menu. Once you've bought foods, you'll need to add them to the active menu. The active menu is the menu board, blah, 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 blah. Serve up to 6 different foods per day. You must plan out your menu each day to balance out which foods gain the most buzz. So what I was talking about as far as those boosters and detractors go is you want to switch out your foods when they're starting to give you more detractors than they are giving you boosters. Of course, it's all about maintaining a positive buzz for your restaurant. And those are the basics of Cook Serve Delicious. Once new opportunities open up, you'll get some helpful emails. So we can go back to our main menu. You can see here, these are the kind of emails we are looking for. So the yellow emails, as you can see here, are for very important information. Green emails are opportunities and special events. And white emails are basically just bullshit. So we don't need to worry about those too much. Except for this guy, of course. This is Chef Risotto of the 11-star Iron Chef, which is a bit higher than our ultimate goal. It's quite impressive. So, now, that's the gist of the tutorial bit. Hopefully you guys get a good idea. You'll see more along the lines of what the actual gameplay looks like when we get into the first day here. But let's go through and buy our first 4 foods. So, first of all, I really like fish. Fish is pretty fun, and I'll show you guys what we do with the fish here. This is the practice menu, or the practice mode, which you can do for any food before you decide to pick it up. So, when you're making a fish, usually, in fact, 100% of the time, I think, up till you get, like, specialty orders and that kind of thing, you need to cut off the head, body, and tail, and then season the fish, and then throw it in the oven. And you just gotta wait on that for a little while, and as soon as that's done, you can send it off and be on your way. But, you don't have to do it that slow. Once we send this guy off, we're gonna pick up another fish here, and you can just go blah, 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 blah. And that's what's so fun about it. That's why I'm having such a good time with this game, because you start to pick up on the patterns for certain foods, and then you just get really used. How do you even say that properly? I guess the D has to be very softly added on to the end of the word, but anyway, you become familiar with how foods are prepared in the quickest fashion. So we got our fish here, which of course I've gotten that thing down to a science, and don't need to worry about that timing anymore. So I'm probably going to pick up fish for one of our first items, just so I can, you know, show off a little bit, if you know what I'm saying. So we'll pick up fish for one of our first ones here. We're going to purchase that and have that available for the active food menu. Another one that's pretty crazy is lasagna. Lasagna has a very memorable pattern, and I'll show you guys what's going on with that. Lasagna requires precision. If you place any layer out of order as listed on the recipe, you could potentially end up with a bad order. So, lasagna requires pasta, sauce, cheese, and Parmesan, PSCR. You need that in 3 layers. You want to go PSCR, PSCR, PSCR. Throw that in the oven, and then just like the fish, as soon as it's cooked, you're ready to throw it out and get that customer going. But, again, it's all about that pattern memorization, so we'll pick up another lasagna here. And if you can get just really comfortable with the combination of letters like that, it becomes pretty simple to throw a whole bunch of those in at the same time and just get them quickly going out the door. So this may be another one I pick up early on. Of course, this is just the couple of them that I've become very familiar with and don't really have that much trouble doing anymore. So I'll pick up a lasagna as well, just to give myself a bit of a cushion as I'm going through the early stuff here, trying to focus more on speaking stuff than I am on doing good work in the food industry. We've got some, what are these called? The sopapillas. as well. The delicious Mexican fried treat. We've also got pretzels, the corn dogs that you saw before. Fried chicken, which of course requires a deep fryer, which I'm pretty sure we can't actually purchase yet. In fact, let's go ahead and see if I can do that. Oh, I can do that now. You know what? I might as well pick up the deep fryer station. I kind of like that. You know what? I'm going to get all three of these, actually, because obviously we're going to need them all at some point. We'll have a tip jar at some point as well. Table snacks will be a fun thing. But let's go back to the view and buy food. So now we can afford, or rather we are capable of picking up just about every single item available here. So they get as simple as a corn dog, which is only available in a one-star restaurant, as you can see. And they get even more ridiculous as you go along. This is soup, which is available as a 5-star dish. And I'll just show you guys what soup is all about, because soup is kind of ridiculous. Soup is one of the hardest foods to make in the game. So, chicken noodle soup requires chicken, bow tie noodle, bouillon cubes, I don't even know how to say that, and then celery. So you have to go over your ingredients list, then pick up the celery, and then knife cut it 3 times, and then cook up the soup. So, unless you become very, very, very familiar with the way the soup works, and the labels of the ingredients, you know, the key bindings for them, soup can be a very, very difficult and time-consuming dish. So, this is probably one I'm only going to want to pick up when I've become very comfortable with my ability to prepare items. I'm going to stick with the slightly easy stuff for the time being, and we'll go ahead and let soup be a later option. We gotta get 2 more, though, before we go into shop, so I'll go ahead and pick up some cold beer, and I'll just show you guys how we do that one in the midst of the first day. And then I think maybe some French fries actually might be fun. I haven't actually gone with French fries yet, so let's try this out. Let's see what it looks like. Fries are the most complex fried food to make. Dunk the fryer basket into the fryer and hold it there. Once you see white smoke billowing out of the fryer, immediately lift the basket and place it into the bowl. Okay, so we gotta do this. Hold it down, wait for the white smoke, and then we gotta make sure that we got it at just the right time, get some salt, and then toss it out. Okay, so it doesn't seem like it's that bad. We just gotta pay very, very close attention to when we serve the fries, because they can burn pretty easily, I guess. No salt on the fries here, so we're gonna place that in. There we go. I might actually reassign one of the buttons for the fries here. I think oh, I forgot the salt on that one. I think the spacebar might be a bit more simple for placing in the bowl. Allows me to, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and remap that one right now, actually. So we'll take the fries. Fries can be a fun one. We'll purchase that. And then I'm gonna go back and do the key bindings for the French fries. And make the place in bowl option the... Oh, I can't do the spacebar. That's a damn shame. Alright, we can do something like the B key. How about that? B for bowl. That sounds about right, huh? Cool. Alright, so that's 4. Then we can go to our active menu. We can go ahead and throw in all 4 of our food options, if I can manage to align them with shapes like I did when I was 5 years old. Can't apparently retain those talents. And then we're good to go. So let's go ahead and, after very, very long ado, begin our very first day as a fry cook, basically. I'm just going to wait for the white smoke. We're going to put that in the bowl with salt and take it off. All right, here we go. First day of Cook Serve Delicious. And I can almost guarantee that we're going to see a bunch of orders for fries and beer at 9 o'clock in the morning, because this is the kind of establishment we are working in. There we go. Of course, it's probably going to become insanely difficult for me to provide a lot of commentary. Oh, here we go. Some delicious pasta. That's a good idea. Good choice for 10 a.m. Some wonderful lasagna. And these are the chores here for this. So that first one was pretty simple. Flushing the toilet, sanitizing your hands, not the most difficult task in the world. There we go. Bowl, salt, gone. Good stuff. There's other more complex ones, though. There's like dishwashing, setting traps for rats, which I'm pretty sure is not going to happen all the time. And, oh, there we go. There's the fish. There's also things like throwing trash away, and I think that might be it, actually. That might be all the chores we have. So things are getting kind of... or things are going kind of slow right now, and as soon as I say that, of course, we start into rush hour. So here's the beer. You guys gotta fill that up at just the right time and then take it off the menu. Or, rather, take it off the order. So there we go. There's the lasagna. We're going to send out that. Get the fish going. Good stuff. Watch for the timer on the lasagna here. There that goes. Alright, number 4. We're going to cut that fish up as well. We can take out the trash right now. I think we have time to do that. We can also just send off the fish that we just finished up. There we go. Sanitize the hands. Perfect. Send that off. We're going to do the rat trap here, as I said before. We're going to do some dishes really fast. Oh, God. This is quick. This is quick. Here we go. Nice. Alright, got the lasagna. Oh, man. Things get really hectic really fast. This is just day 1, keep in mind. This is going to be pretty easy going compared to later things, so... Oh, man. Yep. Already getting kind of crazy. This is what I like about it, man. The rush hour's over. Alright, so there's the beer again. I hope you guys were able to see that, what was going on with it, but... really just gotta be, really just gotta start memorizing exactly when you need to do things. And, it's a lot about memorization, a lot about, muscle memory, so to speak, because you wanna be able to, as quickly as possible, get things out the door, get customers on their way, so... Gets to be a bit stressful sometimes, but it's quite alright. Alright, there's that. Bowl salt, good. You got it. I'm not really sure why A is the salt button on the French fries there. Maybe I should switch that one over too. So you can underfill or you can overfill the beer, and that's what allows you to get, well, not allows you to get, but it gives you an average order when you serve a beer either under or over prepared, because if it foams over a little bit, they are very, very displeased. They're very, very picky customers. It takes a lot to make them happy. So we don't really have very many entirely simple menu options at the moment. I think the beer is probably the simplest thing we've got going on right now. And of course, that's not even really that simple of a menu option. During the rush hour as well, it's worth noting that customers will not order what they consider snack foods during the rush hour. That's when folks are looking for, you know, like hearty, healthy meals like fish and lasagna. So we're going to be seeing a lot of lasagna orders during the rush hour. We'll see beer orders as well, of course, because there's no wrong time to drink a beer according to modern society living in a tower. So it's quite alright by me, though. Makes me a bit of cash. Doing pretty well here. Haven't managed to drop an order yet, so that's all well and good. Oh, God, hang on a second. Alright, we gotta go quick with this trash tossing. There we go. And then we get our fish order. Very nice. I'm gonna have to start paying attention to potential for specialty orders at some point in the future, though. Of course, this is as far as I've gotten with the game. I haven't managed to make it past, you know, like the first week or so. So we'll all be experiencing the new stuff together in some point in the future, but for now we're just kind of doing the easygoing. I say that with a whole bunch of sarcasm. The first few days. Oh, God. Oh, this is a bad idea. This was a bad idea. I shouldn't have taken this. Oh, I shouldn't have taken this. I got that fish out. Alright, here we go. Fill this beer real fast. Get that lasagna in there. Get that cooking. Serrate the fish. Set the rat trap. There we are. We got another beer. Oh, man, that was close. That was close. I'm really glad we got those out. Very nice. Whoo, man. Oh, that was a bit stressful. Okay, we're good, though. Get that beer out of here. Get that lasagna going. Very nice. Excellent. Man, I love the motion for the fish. It's so fluid. So fluid and beautiful. Nice. Oh, did I season that? I think I did. Okay, we're good. Pretty sure I seasoned that fish. If I didn't, that would be really crappy. That would probably be my, my lone order that ruined the rest. Oh, good, I did. Okay, that's a relief. You can tell I did because it was a perfect combo. Hopefully you guys picked up on that. There we go. Alright. Last beer of the night. One brewski. Ooh, nearly overfilled that one. That was close. Nope, nope, nope. Trash is probably my least favorite because you can't just, like, do quick motions for it. You gotta kind of wait around for things to complete. Alright, there's that. There's some salt. There you are, pal. Fast fries! We only got 2 orders left in the day. I'm pretty sure it's always 50 orders through the first few days at least, and then we are good to go. So we got one more before we close tonight. It's going to be a late night classic Italian lasagna. Sounds good, buddy. There you go. Cooking it up. Ooh, we're going to finish by flushing the toilet. Oh, we're going to have one more, actually. Okay. I'm okay with that. I'm quite alright with that. 51. Very nice. So there we're closed. We're going to wait to give this guy his delicious goodies, and there it is. There we go. Perfect first day. Okay, I'm happy with that. More than likely because I was able to play with the menu items that I was very familiar with, but we threw the french fries in there for a curveball, right? So we can't be too displeased about that. And there we go. There's our one-star restaurant checklist. So this is the list of things we have to accomplish before we are labeled a one-star restaurant as opposed to our zero-star cafe. We're going to have the tip jar after today. We're going to be able to purchase a couple more menu items as well pretty soon. Safety inspection will happen naturally. We're going to complete 20 days of service, of course, before we do that. And there we go. Perfect day. So we got a $250 bonus. Managed to serve every single order perfectly with no missed chores. Very, very nice. New items now available as well. The tip jar, which we're going to go ahead and pick up right the hell now. It's an obvious pickup option. And that'll do it for our first day, our first episode of Cook Serve Delicious, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that inauguration into the series. This is one of my new favorite games, actually. I'm pretty addicted to this one. So if you want to see it live, of course, we got a live save file as well that we're going to be playing on twitch.tv/BearTaffy. But we got this one for the YouTube crowd as well. So I hope you're enjoying it, and I'll see you next time.